welcome to live stream. I wanted to just like talk about some stuff. I know that most people that like know me in real life and that have been following my channel for a while, when I say some of this stuff, you're gonna be like, yeah, no shit, dude. Like, because this is not, I'm not like dropping any bombshells or anything today if you actually do know me or you follow my channel. But for people that are new and maybe don't get what I'm about, or maybe they know me in like some capacity, like they know like a reputation of me from a specific scene or whatever, from specific people, or you know, maybe they've only like met me a little bit and they have assumptions. I'm a person that I'm different, and people make a lot of assumptions about who I am and what I'm about based on context and stuff. So I do get that a lot, and I'm also part of a number of subcultures that are very private and for many reasons. But yeah, I'm gonna see who's in chat first. Let's see. And I want to give a shout out to Peter for kicking down on PayPal even before I went live. That was really cool, and a super nice thing to open up my phone to you. And Emily's here. Hell yeah. That's my IRL homie, Emily. Sapphire, what's up? And Sam. Wow, we got a lot of folks in here this early in the stream. That's pretty cool. And new folks. Hi, wave if you're new or newer. Say hi. So, yeah, if you know anything about me, you at least know that I'm involved in a number, like at least one counterculture scene, I guess you would call it, like, but I've been, yeah, I mean, I'm part of, let's see, I've made content and also been part of a number of different communities, including Slab City, obviously, and I do, like, I squat, which is a specific sect of subculture, and I'm an anarchist, and I am very active in anarchist activist, I guess, stuff. And let's see, what else do? I do all sorts of stuff. I ride trains. That's a big one. A lot of people. Not as many people as you would think, honestly, but that does have a very strong niche fandom, I guess. And shit, what else do I do? Chat, what weird shit do I do? I'm a musician. Yeah, I'm talking about like niche subcultures. There was some big ones. The urbex, I do urbex. That's a secretive niche subculture. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and I think that people don't realize like how much time I have put into not only participating in these specific communities, but working really hard to like give back and bring what I can. And if you know more about me than some of the new folks, I'm seeing a lot of new folks in here actually, which is pretty badass. Welcome, y'all. Oh shit, what was I saying? I feel like I need a cigarette. Yeah, what the fuck was I saying? I think it's cigarette time. Something about I guess I could go on my phone and just like let's do that. Um, let's do that while I roll a cigarette, and I'm gonna see what the fuck I was just talking about. Actually, I got one half smoked here. Oh, thank you, Sam. You're such a treasure. Yeah, not only have I put in a lot of time being involved in whatever community um, that I get involved with, but I work really to give back. And if you know a little bit more about me than some folks, you know that I come from nothing. Um, I I'm not like I don't come from a privileged background. Obviously, I have white privilege, but I don't like I don't come from a wealthy family, and I don't have a trust fund. I don't have stuff that's like set up for me. I do have a couple of parents that do support me. They're loving. That it wasn't always like that, but you know we're cool now. So I know like if I ever like really fucked up, I could call my mom or my dad and be like, please help me, and they would like at least buy me a plane ticket somewhere or something, or you know, like it. You know, I have that, and I have a lot of really amazing friends and family that would do all sorts of crazy shit for me, and I'm so grateful for them. Um, but I'm fucking homeless and I'm handicapped and I have mental problems like not, you know so when I give back to the communities that I participate in, it's not because I have like a lot. It's not that I have like a surplus of shit and I'm just like holding out on everybody. Like I really I I don't I'm fucking nobody. Like I lived on the street for a number of years. I've lived out of vans. Oh yeah, that's another niche subculture that I'm playing. Van life shit. I've definitely done a lot of years van life, and you know, I've done a ton of labor gigs and stuff too, like that traveler work kind of lifestyle. I've done a lot of stuff, and I feel really passionately about not only like participating in. Okay, okay. So, all right, we're gonna take a quick detour because I had some technical difficulties there. A lot of things have been going really poorly for me right now, and to make matters worse, the power keeps going out here. I don't know what the hell the guys in the other studio are doing, but they keep knocking the power out. So the Wi-Fi and the lights and fucking everything keeps going out. It's very frustrating. So I've got my phone hotspotted off of my other phone for now too. Yeah, Natasha says you're not a nobody at all. I see you as somebody that you've made it work. Thank you. How many people can make something out of nothing? You know, I try my damnedest. So I guess I kind of wanted to talk today about like my intention in documenting my life as I live my life and intersect with these niche and private subcultures, and how I've navigated that in a way that feels authentic to the scene or the community or what have you, and to my own experiences and myself, and kind of like figuring out my morality around it, because I'm like I am an anarchist. I'm anti-capitalist. I don't do anything for the express purpose of like capitalizing off of it, and it doesn't happen very often, but once in a while it does. and I can trace it back to like a handful of people who've been trying to smear my name for like a decade now. Not, yeah, actually, kind of almost like maybe like 6 years, something like that. Typically, especially when it comes from a specific subculture, I know that there's still like, you know, but some every now and then I get accused of like trying to capitalize on a scene by taking video, and I guess because I'm all about um, transparency. I want to include you guys on my thought processes. So like I have done talks where I write stuff down, but it's like what that brings up for me is that um, like hey, maybe you shouldn't have had that part in there where you showed this thing because like that's, you know, that could endanger the community. That's very important to me. And when people accuse me of wanting to just like capitalize on subcultures, it what it communicates to me is that they don't see me as part of the scene. They see me as an outsider trying to insert myself into somewhere in order to capture unseen stuff that, like, you know, people don't normally get to see, so that I can be the one with the big scoop and blow everything wide open and expose everything, and that I don't care about the impact that it has on the scene. And I, as a person that is like completely like city until I had been living there seasonally for many years and started to live in the library. That's when I started my channel. And there were a number of people that don't know me very well. People that I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter who these people are. But like, I got a lot of like hate and just people saying that type of thing, like accusing me of wanting to like use Slab City to grow my reach, get subscribers because I love the attention or something like that. It's yeah, and so I did like navigate that early on, and uh, connection jumping a bit. That sucks. I'm cutting in and out. How's the video, y'all? Um, so yeah, when people were saying that sort of thing, I did like assess, you know, where I'm coming from and like what I should and shouldn't show in documenting my life in Slab City. And like I like being somebody living in Slab City, like I don't want to do negative impact. I don't want to have negative impact on the community. Um, the reason why I started was because at that time, this big video, this big expose on Slab City had just come out. It was a Vice documentary. And it was bad. And it made Slab City look like a complete tweet shithole in Slab City, but that's not all that Slab City is. And it was just like, it was really bad. And I had started making videos at that point because I wanted to like document my life so that I could show my friends and family what I was doing, because I was in life and like they just were not getting the picture. So I figured out that the best way to kind of, you know, show them what I was doing was to actually show them with video. So I started making video edits, and I had so many computers destroyed at this point, and you know, I started uploading them to my YouTube so that I could send those links to other people and some folks could watch, and so that I wouldn't lose my videos anymore, because I had lost so much video footage over the years, and I've lost a lot. Because I've always had shitty computers, they crash, and then I lose tons of stuff, or like, you know, I'm out in the elements and things just get destroyed. So, you know, that's why I started uploading my YouTube channel. I wanted to show people what I was doing, and also not lose my videos, and document my life. And the last thing that I would ever want to do is cause harm to Slab City. And the way I saw it, that Vice documentary was already causing harm to Slab City shortly after that. Because like the whole thing about the video is that it really, like, you know, went into the shock value fucking clickbait garbage where it's like, this is a lawless town, there's no laws here, you can do anything, you know, you can kill people, people die, people get burned up, and stuff burns down, blah, 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 all this shit. And like months later, this guy that was on the run from murdering his girlfriend in Taos, New Mexico, brought another woman into Slabs, and they were hanging out at the library shortly before he murdered her. And that was the kind of people, I had seen an uptick in horrible people coming to Slabs after that Vice documentary, because that's how they portrayed it. So people would come out because they thought that they could escape from the law and do fucking horrible things. So that's around the time I started making like videos like we are Slab City. The right kind of people interested, because people were going to make videos of Slab, and if I didn't start at that point, the only videos that would have been available for people to see to learn about Slabs would be videos like that Vice documentary and the other shitty one that came out around that same time, where they just followed this tweaker around and he rambled about fucking bragging and, you know, fucking doing tweak and shit, and it was just fucking ridiculous. So that would have been the only stuff out. So that's why I started really leaning into the Slab representation, and I think that it actually really did help, because, you know, and it's not just me, but at that point it was at that point it was like a couple of van lifers made a couple of videos, and then they got their weird YouTuber drama and shit, and other than that it was like these really big videos with lots of views, and they were portraying Slab City as just like something really bad. That Vice video was like a brochure to creepers. Yeah, it really was drawing some bad people to Slabs in a big way. Yeah, so that's kind of where my mind was when I started making Slab content that wasn't just like my life, you know. I mean, obviously that's what my life was about at that time, but I saw this like hype train leaving the station, as it were, about Slabs, and if I hadn't done something to kind of steer it on the right track, then things would have gotten a lot worse for Slabs. Representation goes a long way, and it draws certain people's attention, and that kind of becomes a cycle, and I didn't want to just like not have any say in how Slab City was going to be represented. I was not the best person, maybe the most knowledgeable or experienced person at that time, but I was the person that was doing it. So that's where I've gotten the most like flack. The other scene, the other counterculture, subculture that I've gotten flack from periodically is the train riding videos, and I've done a lot to make sure that I portray that aspect of my life in a way that doesn't cause any harm. And you know, this doesn't happen often, but once in a while somebody seems to have the wrong impression of what I'm doing, and I can always tell they didn't actually watch my video. Y'all know how the algorithm likes clickbait titles, so sometimes I will use those to draw people in who are already going down a certain rabbit hole, and I'll do kind of a bait and switch, you know? So I can tell when somebody just like saw a title of one of my videos and didn't actually watch the content. And like I absolutely am interested in people's feedback, and I do seek it out before I put out my videos. And you know, I put actually a lot of effort into that. And like there's a lot of different sects of freight train riding subcultures. There's many different types of crews and ways of going about it, and people that that's, you know, mingle in different areas and whatever. And I've been met with a lot of like a lot of support from nearly all of these subcultures. And you know, I try to get a fair amount of people's insight on what I'm doing. And that doesn't mean that I don't fuck up and show maybe a little too much or say a little bit too much sometimes. But I think okay, I think it's pretty good. And when people do come at me sideways about putting out train content, it's almost flattering in a way, because I think that they think that I'm doing a lot better than I am. I think that they think that I'm like making a bunch of money, and that train content gets a hell of a lot more views than it does, because it's I feel like there's somebody out there telling people stuff that isn't true, and then it just kind of snowballs into a thing. There is one specific clique that this has been a recurring issue for me in, and I'm very good friends with most of the folks, and even folks that have had something to say about my content, like are typically doing it out of like love, and I do appreciate that. But you know, sometimes people will act like they think that I'm a culture vulture, as it's called. You know, like an outsider, like I said earlier, who kind of inserts himself into a counterculture space, and their sole intention is to use whatever they can capture for like financial gain or clout or whatever. If you're a regular here, you know how I feel about clout in general. If I was doing this channel money, first and foremost, like obviously I like it when you guys do. I love that. I think that's really amazing and beautiful, but that's not why I'm doing what I do. Like lately I've been doing streams a lot because well, my computer's busted and I can't edit videos, and my leg is busted and I can't go on adventures, and I'm fucking homeless in LA, and I can't do the type of work that I would typically do, and the city is expensive. If I was out with a decent leg out in the wilderness somewhere, I wouldn't really need a whole lot. So I have been live streaming, and if you do want to get down with a kickdown, feel free. There's PayPal or oh here I got a soda or a fizzy. Oh shit, let me grab my phone. Also, if you want, that's awesome. There's links there. A few of these newbies here. Oh, my mods already did. Nice. Okay, never mind. I was about to go and... I guess I don't have to. Great. Let's see. I'm gonna see if anybody did so I can give you a shout out. And I think it's about Satan puppy treat time. How have I only been live for 10 minutes? I feel like I've said so much more. That can't be right. I thought it was like I've been live for 30 minutes. Maybe it just started over because the video shit out. I feel like the video just shit out and now it says 10 minutes. Let's see. And I can't join my live stream on here. Let me take a look. That's weird. Alright, wave if you're still here. Uh-huh. Here, Bubba. Maybe I should be crunch. Alright, cool. You're still here. Great. Yeah, I feel like I've been... Okay, on here it says I've been live for 27 minutes. Okay. Alright, we just are having some technical difficulties. Okay, yeah, I guess I just really want people to know that I'm not ever trying to thing, and honestly, I could just like pull out a camera at any given time and just start filming shit inappropriately, and that's absolutely not what I do. If you've seen any of my videos, you know, like my edited videos, you know that most of the time it's just like me, and it's not because I don't have any friends and don't hang out with people. It's because I don't typically videotape people. I'm like alone a lot of the time, and when I am hanging out with people, I'm trying to like be in the moment, and there are occasions where I will discuss with people ahead of time and be like, hey, I just want to get some B footage. You know, can I just put the camera up over here and let it run? You'll forget about it, and then, you know, I'll harvest some B footage later, or a little piece of our conversation or something. Let's see. And, you know, and one of my biggest things is not taking pictures or video of people without consent. And that seems like pretty basic, right? And you would think it would be, but, you know, from my experience with other YouTubers, I totally get why people don't, you know, don't expect that from people. YouTubers are extremely voyeuristic, and they are fucking just entitled cunts, and they videotape people at the most inappropriate moments. YouTube rewards them for that, and people viewing stuff on YouTube reward them for behaving like shitheads and taking video of people when it's not appropriate. That's, yeah, it's rewarded. I don't do that because I have a fucking moral conscience, and I actually really do care if people don't want to be filmed, especially since I participate in a lot of activist scenes. Like, I do a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? I want to find my. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I do a lot of activist work, and it's just really not okay to take videos of people. You can put them in danger. You can, they can lose their job, they can get arrested, etc. And that informs the way that I interact with people and taking video in any situation. Alright, I'm just catching up in chat here. Sam says you're not a spectator for clout, you film your own life. Yes, yeah, that's it. And I'm never trying to like blow anything up, because that is bad for me too. Like, as somebody who is part of these specific subcultures, I don't have an interest in blowing things up. I don't want people to do that either. And like when I started making videos of Slab City, I saw that there was a lot of interest suddenly on a specific thing. And that thing happened to be what I was living at that time. And I didn't see anybody else making normal fucking everyday content about Slab City. Now there's tons of people, and that's awesome, and I love it. But then I didn't, and that, I didn't want to see all of the representation of Slab City being outsiders, being voyeuristic pieces of shit, and, only showing the most shocking side of Slab City for views. And I don't want to see that with train content either. I'm not the most qualified person to make train content, and I don't make a ton of it, especially right now. I can't go ride right now because my leg's fucked up, and I'm working on that, and that sucks. So obviously I'm not trying to put out train videos unless I'm riding trains. And when I do, like, I had one video that's getting pretty decent views, and that's from a few years ago. It's not even like my best one. It's not even my most exciting one. It was my first one. And even then, it doesn't get as many views as a lot of people's train-related content gets. And that's the only one that really got a lot of views. The rest of them get like pretty much the normal amount of views as any other video on my channel. And in fact, like, a lot of my train content gets even less views than my off-grid content or adventure content, or literally like what I've found lately is that my niche content and my subculture related content does not get as much attention as videos just about me lately. So it's been kind of weird, kind of like me as a person has outgrown the interest that I would be pulling in through these niche subcultures. And that's not something that just like accidentally happened. I worked really hard to establish myself in this strange world that I'm a part of. And like, I'm not just some nobody that came out of nowhere. Yeah. Just because you didn't see me coming doesn't mean I came up out of nowhere. And yeah, I've put my time in, and I've done a lot of fucking crazy shit, and I've busted my ass. And I will never like knowingly and intentionally do any damage to any of the countercultures that I am part of, or any of the communities that I'm part of. Lox of Ling says, I came when I was researching the slabs and gravitated to your authenticity, and when my research was done, I stayed because of your authenticity. That's cool. Hell yeah. Kaya says, I think your integrity is clear in your work. It's also clear that you're well respected by a lot of people who know and share community with you. Thank you, Kaya. I appreciate that. Patty says, I agree with the 2 comments. Yay, nice. Yeah, you know, like I said, this type of thing doesn't happen very often, but I just wanted to make a video that, like, made my stance on what I'm doing very, very clear. And if you are part of any of these niche subcultures that I'm part of, and you see something on one of my videos and you're like, hey, you know, maybe that wasn't great to, like, put on the internet, tell me and let me know. Don't just say, like, geez, Corn, making content about such and such, and then, like, elaborating nothing. Like, I'm not gonna argue with somebody that, like, that doesn't actually know what I do, or even watch any of my content to have an opinion on it. Like, just, like, I'm not gonna, like, if you want to have an argument about the content existing at all, like, fine, I guess. I'll have a conversation about, like, the ethics of talking about anything, I guess. Just, like, conceptually, I don't know, that just seems like a pretty funny thing to, like, I don't know, like, I don't even know how you, anyway, but, like, I'm more interested in, like, actually talking about, like, you know, what it is that you don't agree with, aside from, like, the fact that it exists, because, like, I'm not the first person to make content about certain things. I didn't start making content about Slab City. If nobody had ever made content about Slab City before, like, I wouldn't be the person to start. I'm not going to be like, wow, nobody has ever made videos about Slab City. I should be the one that shows the entire world that Slab City exists. Because, like, if nobody knew, then that would be kind of awesome, and I would love that. But the reason that I started is because there was already content out, and people weren't going to stop making it. And, you know, it's the same with the train riding content. And there's people that have been making it since you could upload videos to the internet. And I don't bring in any more, like, any more revenue by making video. Like, I don't have an incentive to, like, put out a bunch of train content, and I'm not trying to, like, my channel has never been a how-to. I don't show people how to do things. I don't show, like, that's not what I do. I just want to take people on the adventures that I go on. And before I was making train content, I was making content about backpacking and hitchhiking and stuff. So, yeah, you know, I've been making travel content for a while, and it's never been lucrative. It's been a great way to meet people, and that's a big reason why I do it, because it has brought a lot of people together, and I think that's really neat. That's what the internet should be for, in my opinion. Sam just posted my Cash App link. Thank you, Sam. Feel free to hit that. I think I see somebody might have kicked down on the Venmo. Let's see. My phone is not... My phone's not loading anything. That sucks. Literally everything that I have is just like not working, and I've been having a really really terrible time personally, like physically and emotionally, for a while now. And I'm kind of just like barely hanging on here. So when you guys donate, that's super fucking helpful and super cool. I'm also trying to get my car back in action. All I need now is to get my registration, get it smogged, and something else that costs money. Some more money stuff. I just gotta, like, I'm in the final steps. I just gotta pay up and get my, oh yeah, I gotta get insurance too. Car insurance. I have driver's insurance, but Donate a K, kick down on Cash App. Thank you so much. Want to see, was that Katie? Thank you, I appreciate that so much. Pack X says, Corn, you are one of the coolest, most unique people I've found on the web. Thanks, man, I appreciate you. Fuck yeah. East Mines Chris says, Corn, show the reprobate patches. Oh yeah, they should be like right in here somewhere. Is that it? No. Let's see. Is that it? No. Oh, that might be it. Pack EXP says, I first discovered your channel when you were having a sort of yard sales from your bus somewhere near the slabs. That's really funny. That's actually super funny. What a strange time to, like, that short video was like not something that I expected would draw people in, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. Beast Mines Chris made these cool ass patches. These are official reprobate patches. There's only 3 of them though. Maybe in the future we can get some more made. These are dope. Can't wait to put this on one of my shirts. And thank you. Thanks for sending these out. They're really cool. What's next for you content-wise? Right now, I'm trying to focus on taking my old adventure videos and re-releasing them, but like in an abridged format, because I think that they would do really well as like a much more fast-paced, like still long format video, but not like, instead of like, what I was working on when my computer crashed was trying to, I'm like so close to being done on it too. Take that 5 or 6 part series, I think it's 5 parts, of how far will my $200 car go, smash it down into like a 1 hour instead of 5 like half-hour parts, and re-release that. I think it'll do really well. And I want to do that with my Alaska series and a couple of other of my older series, because I can't go on new adventures right now. I do have some like stuff that I can make short form content from my recent road trip that I've been meaning to put together, but I've just been so goddamn depressed that I haven't really been doing, like, I've been doing stuff that I need to do. I've been doing a lot, but like as far as creative stuff goes, I just like don't have the mental capacity for it right now. Yeah, I put out like a weird little short on my TikTok at some point, but I will be releasing some shorts on my Patreon also, so if you want to join my Patreon, that's cool. You'll see them first, and maybe, yeah, like, a lot of the stuff I put on Patreon I never release anywhere else, so you might not see it. Katie did says, been following Corn since the library days. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Locksmith Wing says, I remember the yard sale, you had something I wanted, but I was like 800 miles away. Oh yeah. Patty N says, did you ever sell your white ski jacket? No, I still have it. I should just fucking sell it. Hell yeah. Yeah, as for merch too, the shop that I've been working at is closed right now and they're relocating to here actually. So I won't have to, you know, worry about going somewhere else when I need to work there. I can just work on stuff here and then go work in the shop. So I haven't been able to like make t-shirts or merch until it gets set up again. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions concerning like my ethics in capturing counterculture and stuff that I'm involved with that is more private? Whether it's like anarchist scenes, travel scenes, you know, punk stuff. I don't know, whatever. Like I guess that's kind of a, you know, it's kind of a hard way to put it, but yeah, if you have questions concerning my ethics in my video documentation, now is the time to ask. And if you have any comments about stuff that I've done in the past that you maybe, you know, have a concern about or questions about or I don't know, critique or whatever, feel free. Now's your time to shine. Or if you're watching this on replay, leave a comment down below or whatever. Yeah, I think a lot of people, especially in like the traveling scene, like not a lot of people, some people, because my reputation out, like my reputation, that thing. I have a reputation outside of my YouTube channel that is completely its whole own thing because I am out there interacting with people in real life. Like you know, a lot of people know me and know my reputation and don't even know that I make YouTube videos. Like, that's actually, like, a lot of people. But there are some people who have, like, this weird impression, like, they think that I make a lot of money and I'm, like, a really successful YouTuber. And like I said, it's kind of flattering that they think that I'm, like, that successful or whatever, but it's just not true. I don't even have enough money to buy groceries. I definitely can't pay rent. I'm not paying rent. Like, I'm not just living it up in the city and, like, you know, on Easy Street here. I don't have rich family, rich parents. I don't have a trust fund, and YouTube does not pay well. Most of what I make is through donations from awesome folks here. I make like less than $200 on my Patreon, so if anybody wants to join it, that'd be great. And you know, folks kick down like Peter did, and oh, it looks like somebody on Venmo. Looks like Margaret. Thank you. Thank you so much, Margaret. I appreciate you. Ayla Rude says, been a long time follower. Also, literally, when I used to drink, I would drink with Corn. Sober nowadays. But yeah, Corn and Satan are cool as fuck. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Love to hear that. Yeah, my earliest live streaming was just like hanging out, getting drunk. And now I do, I try to do like informative talks more so than just like hangout streams. I do hangout streams, but I like to, actually have something to say that might help somebody most of the time. Natasha asked, when your car is legal, will you be going back to Slabs for the winter? I will be in Slab a lot of the winter. I will be working on building the space up. But right now, with my leg the way it is, I can't really do a whole lot. I can do a lot more with my car, because then, I don't have to backpack all the way out to Slabs, or, if I need to go to the store, I don't have to walk or hitch or bike or whatever. It'll make it a lot easier. So yeah, that's kind of my main thing right now, because the prosthetic thing is really not going good. It's really not, and that's also been making me really upset, and I haven't been able to wear my, because I'm sitting down, but it still does hurt even not standing up. Actually, I'm gonna get some kratom. I'm gonna do a little bit of kratom here. My intention in representing different countercultures. Please ask now if you're part of traveler subculture, any traveler subculture, and you're here right now and you're live. Don't be shy. You're exactly who I want to hear from. Whatever. Maybe you're an urbexer and you've seen some of my urbex type stuff, or van lifer or slabber or whatever, because like a lot of the time I am actually like, I'm not just putting out content for outsiders. I do I try to talk to the people that I imagine are watching, and I want to talk, like, I want to address people who are also in specific subcultures. Like, when I talk about train riding, I'm also talking to riders as well. And oftentimes they do come in and hang out. And it's always cool when railroad workers come and join the chat too. That's always super interesting. I love that relationship between riders and rail workers. So that's really cool. Or like when I'm doing my Slab City content, a lot of times people from Slab City join the chat and hang out. And I'm talking to them too. Like, I'm addressing folks that are in the subculture first and foremost, and also addressing people who are kind of going down that rabbit hole. Like, I don't want to just give them information. I don't want to just like, be like, this is this and that is that, blah blah blah, and like just hand them information, because nobody handed me any of this information, except Hobo Shoestring. Hobo Shoestring handed me a lot of information, and I don't really agree with the way that he did it either. Like, and he's a beloved person in the writing community. There definitely were a couple people who defaced his moniker when he was alive. I saw in where was it? Havre, Montana. One of his tags was his monikers was destroyed, and it said like, "Thanks for blowing up the squat," or not the squat, the hop out or whatever. And it was just like, I get it. I really do. The man's a treasure. He was a wonderful person, very kind person. But I do find that like old timers don't really know how powerful the internet is sometimes. So like, whatever. So anybody that has a problem with what I put out, like, how do you feel about Hobo Shoestring and Still the Hobo? I'm not trying to be either of those guys. I cannot compare. I got in the game way too late, and I'm too handicapped. I'm not trying to be a fucking Stobe the Hobo or anything like that. And I never knew the guy or anything. I liked watching Shoestring stuff a lot. That actually, yeah, Shoestring was like kind of my first guide, I guess. I learned a lot watching his stuff. But I'm trying to kind of bring information that isn't going to be as sensationalized to people. Like there was the Andrew Callahan hobo expose recently. So now, because of that, he's got a huge following. A lot of people are going to be going down that rabbit hole. So I put out the last talk that I did, The Secret World of Hobos, which I basically just said, like, don't fucking hop trains, unless, you know, this and that and this. And it was intended as a reality check, so that, you know, if somebody were going down that rabbit hole, then that would pop up and they would be like, okay, there actually is like a protocol to this, and people are affected if I fuck it up. That sort of thing. Let's see. Peter says, you were great just hanging out, getting drunk and stoned. I love those. Yeah, I'm a fun drunk. What can I say? Until I'm alone at night crying into my pillow because all I can feel is pain or nothing. Yeah, I'm really fun to get drunk with, though. Drinking Paladin Slab is nice. Natasha is asking me about items. I'm not talking about how to what to bring to slabs right now. Also, I have made a ton of videos about that. If you want to go and watch any of my slab content, I've got a whole playlist of slab content. Oh, Sam beat me to it. Hell yeah. Cheers. Did you ever cross paths with Hobo Stobe? Hobo Stobe? You mean Stobe the Hobo? No, he passed away well before I ever started riding trains. Grace says, not only are you handsome, but you make me blush, melt, and smile, and you're sweet. Oh, thanks, Grace. That's kind of nice of you to say. Really? There's no questions about my ethics? Chat, tell me what you think my ethics are. Explain in a nutshell. Where am I coming from when I make videos about my insane life? And am I rich? And am I narcissistic and just love all the attention? Am I doing it all just for the views? That's the real meaning behind all of this. I just love the attention. I just want to be the most popular kid in school. It's all about the clicks and the views, baby. Every click is another 0.00001 cents. Probably not even that, honestly. Sapphire says, you're sharing your life with whoever is interested in watching, and no, you're not rich, but you should be. Maybe one day. Thank you. I just want to, like, have enough... Oh, I got something in my eye. I just want to, like, not have to worry about paying for groceries and maybe own a tractor one day. I think that'd be really sick. And have a leg that works good. Like, I want to be able to walk. Like, I don't need a whole lot. Like, I built a fucking homestead out of salvage in a fucking bush in the desert where it gets 130 degrees. Like, I really don't need a lot. Sapphire says, you started doing it for family, but it expanded once you saw misrepresentation. You're going to represent things correctly, but respectfully. I am, yeah. I am always trying to be respectful of people. And it's really hard not to rub people the wrong way when you are the person that is documenting things, especially in places where it's not done. And I don't believe that there is anything inherently wrong with documentation. And I don't think that anything should be a complete secret. Like, I think that there should be secrets within things, but like, you know, maybe there's something that just should never be spoken. And if I ever get involved in that, then I'm sure that it will be explained to me in a way that makes sense why I should never speak about it to a single soul in the world. But that I haven't encountered that yet. So I mean, I'm open to it, but I, as an artist, I think that it's kind of my document my experiences, I guess. Like, that's kind of what artists do. So that's what I do. There's not like some deep meaning behind it. It's just like a primal urge, I guess. It's just what I do. Like, I see so much beauty in the world, and I've been a painter. I still paint sometimes. I draw. I play music, and I'm a videographer. It's just what I do. I don't know. Yeah, I treated myself to some. These are gluten-free butter cookies. I've been craving these for years. The regular kind, but I can't eat those. So these are great. Okay. All right. Damn, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to talk for an hour in a way that like cohesive. 'Cause my head's been kind of fucked up lately. I've been in a pretty bad mood. But you know, gotta just keep doing what we do. Yeah. If anybody wants to get down with the kickdown again, I'm all sorts of fucked up right now. Like, I'm in a bad way. So if you want to get down with the kickdown, feel free. My mods are posting links in the chat. Or join my Patreon. Follow me on Instagram or something. Yeah. I'm trying to get my car street legal again. And my new prosthetic clinic isn't working out. They made me this fucking monstrosity of test socket, and it's really, really crooked. Like, this is where my leg is supposed to be pointing. It's supposed to be pointing this way, and they've got it this way. And I'm because it was a really long process to get to a new clinic, and now I'm gonna have to do it all over again. And I should have had a leg a year ago. So that's why I can't go on adventures right now. That's why I'm fucking mad, and that's why I'm kind of running repeats on my channel and doing a lot of live streaming. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not doing it because I want clout. I'm not doing it because I love attention. I would rather be going on adventures and staying behind the camera and not talking a whole lot. But that's not the reality that I live in right now, so here we are. Christmas sugar biscuits in the tin. Yeah, dude. This is where it's at, man. I'm stoked. Just like my grandma used to always keep. Alright. Do you see yourself selling visual art? I don't have access to print making right now. But yeah, I'm working on a lot of things. I got a lot of things that I'm working on. And I'm very frustrated. And in a lot of pain. So yeah. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna roll a smoke. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. If anybody has one question about my ethics as a videographer, now is the time. I'm not gonna answer questions about other stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. If you've been sitting here lurking and you're wringing your hands like, oh, Corin, a fucking piece of shit. You always make these movies because you want everybody to think you're the coolest guy around you. And you're just sitting there and you're all fucking like wanting to lay into me. Go ahead. Now's your chance. Don't be a fucking pussy. I don't expect that there is anybody like that. That's just a little ridiculous. But if there were, it's your own fault if you don't say anything now. Or, you know, if you are from any of these subcultures that I am involved with or communities that I'm involved with, and you do have an actual concern about the content that I put out, then yeah, the floor is yours. Or leave a comment. Alright? I know there are at least like 3 actual people just in the world who are like cartoonishly, evilly wringing their hands over my demise. There really are. Like at least 3 people. Possibly more. But I don't know. I just ignore them. I try to. But some of them are really, really obsessed. Like years and years of just like stalking me or like fucking trying to smear me behind the scenes through like gossip and shit. It is a thing. It's not like, yeah, it's not like a huge conspiracy or anything, but there really are like a few people out there that would like to see me fall to ruin, and that's why I'm fucking not going to, out of spite. I can't give those people the satisfaction of me succumbing to, you know, the deep, big sadness and depression and defeat. So, don't worry. That is why I will not. That's why I won't relapse. That's why I won't fucking, you know, fucking lose my shit, crash out, or whatever. Because I know that those people are out there and they would be very, very happy if that happened. You guys are way too nice to me, you know that? I don't know, I feel like we've done such a good job of keeping the house clean here that that it's just like a lot of support. I don't mind having people disagree with me, as long as you can actually articulate what you're disagreeing about instead of just like talking shit, you know? But I do have the best chat regulars in the world. I really do. What tobacco do you use? American Spirit. Licksgrid says, I don't get the impression at all that you're exploiting anyone or just sensationalist. Surprised that's even an allegation. It's literally always from people that don't actually watch my channel. They just know that I have a channel and that I put out content, and then they see a title of one of my videos or somebody's talking shit and they're like, can you believe that Cornelius blah blah blah, and then they just hear somebody else talking shit, and then, you know, they make assumptions. And like I said earlier, one of those assumptions is that I'm just like some nobody that like comes in from nowhere, and that I don't have like a background in anarchist punk scenes or activism or subcultures or whatever. Like I really do. I have decades of history with particular subcultures, and, you know, just being an activist and yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I've been radical for a really long time. I'm 36. I'm about to be 37, dude. Like, I've put in a lot of time. I'm not just not some rando came out of nowhere, you know. Yard Buzzard says we all get. Oh man, I know. It's definitely like in the railroading subculture, easy to exploit. Like, I don't blame people for being wary. I really don't. But it just, yeah, it's frustrating when it comes from inside the house. Like, people that I do have respect for, and they, you know, I can tell that they're just like making assumptions or something. It's like, man, I thought you knew me better than that. But, you know, I'm sure you know where I'm coming from with that. Novelty spray can lighter, yes. You guys are really fixated on my lighter. And Sam gave you the info. That's right. Find a bodega or a head shop or whatever. Is that the real Yard Buzzard, folks? It is. Yes. Yes, we love them. Good folks. It is. Hey, it looks like you got at least one fan in the chat. That's pretty cool. Sam says we like shiny things that make fire. Hell yeah. Alright. Fucking A. Okay, I'm gonna check and see if anybody got done with the case. I think I've made myself pretty damn clear. Nobody's got any questions. And if you do, after the stream, leave a comment. Or if you ever have anything to say about any content that I put out, especially if you're part of a specific subculture that I'm putting content out about, my experience with, then, you know, I do want to know your opinion. I'm not going to be bullied into not doing what I do. And I'm not going to have, like, you know, people are always going to talk shit. And I'm very used to that. And I'm not going to be bullied into not making content about my life. That's where I'm at. But I am interested in real critiques, always. All right. I don't see anything in the Cash App or the Venmo. Or on the PayPal. Feel free to subscribe to my Patreon if you would like to. And thanks to the folks that did donate today. You guys are amazing. I'll be trying to stream at least a couple times a week. It's been hard. And I'm trying not to just like post about sad shit all the time, but that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. So, you know, join the Discord server, hang out with us, post pictures of you. I'll see y'all later. Take care. I appreciate you guys all coming in and hanging out. Bye.